What is up, everyone, and welcome back to more Attack on Titan Season 3. I am here with my reaction to episode 20. Now, in the last episode, we finally, after all this time, got down into the basement and we found some books that gave us information that was against the opposite of what the royals had always told us, that there was no more civilization outside of the walls, that we were the only people there. And we actually found out that there is other civilizations out there, and they have cameras, they have better technology, they had blimps in the sky, all of these things. And obviously that was when Eren's dad was a little boy. So can you imagine what they have nowadays? So yeah, there's other books there. I'm ready to get some more information about the outside world. And maybe also in this book we can find out where these titans have originated from, because that's what I really want to know. Like, where has all this even began? Why? Why? And I feel like that is just the word for Attack on Titan. Why? VIP of the day goes to Naruto Fox 12. Thank you so much for being a VIP and supporting me on my website. So of course, if you want to watch the Patreon style version of this video, please head on over to my website, suzielu.co.uk. But if you're happy just watching on YouTube, just make sure you are subscribed and ring the bell. All right, episode 20, let's do it. Oh my gosh!
The fateful day that I, just a naive youth, was made to face the truth of this world.
But look how beautiful all of that is. And obviously this must have been like 30 odd years ago or something like that. But, I mean, I hope they're all still there now.
Move it, you vermin! You can't get away from these devil bloods.
Damn Eldians are crawling around as they please now.
Grisha?
It's all right, Faye. We've heard worse before. Look there. It should be just past that hill.
Oh my gosh, this whole place is so beautiful.
Are you kids here to look at the airship too?
Yes, sir.
You're from the Liberio internment zone? Let's see your exit permit.
Our permit? We don't have one.
If you entered the city without permission, then you need to be punished.
Yes, sir.
But they're just kids, though.
A beating, please.
Brother?
Oh, because you don't want to trouble your parents, right?
That's right. My sister didn't want to come, but I dragged her with me. Please allow me to take her punishment, too.
Very well.
Oh my god! People really don't change much, do they? Because he wanted to go out and see something beautiful, you beat him up?
It was wise of you two to leave your armbands on. Kids or not, Eldians who take theirs off get a one-way trip to paradise.
Sorry. I'll go back home now.
Wait. You came to see the airship, right? You may as well do it while you can.
What do you mean, while you can? What are you gonna do to him?
I showed the girl to the gates of Liberio, and then I went on my way. I was busy with work, you see. And Eldian children shouldn't be roaming about the city without permits in the first place. I find it disturbing that your son doesn't know what it means to be of his bloodline. I mean, you have been teaching him so that he can feel the weight of your ancestors' sins now, haven't you?
I couldn't prove it, but I knew that man from Marley Public Security was lying through his teeth. Mother was silent in her grief, but father...
Please allow me to thank you for your guidance, sir. I assure you I'll heed it and teach my foolish son to know better.
He demeaned himself to this man.
That wasn't your fault, though. There was obviously a lot of corruption.
Upon her death, Ymir's spirit was split into the 9 Titans. These Titans defeated the great nation of Marley and conquered the continent for themselves under the name of the Eldian Empire. Thus did this land's dark ages begin. The subjects of Ymir deemed all the other races inferior to their own and violently oppressed them. They stole wealth and land, forced other people to bear their children, and wiped out some bloodlines entirely. Marley brought 7 of the 9 Titans under its control, and used them to win the Great Titan War just 80 years ago. The Eldian king at the time erected 3 walls on the island of Paradis, and he fled there along with a great many of his people. Our ancestors were abandoned and left behind on the mainland, but...
So wait, are we living on that little island?
As he stood there, shaming his forebears and idolizing his oppressors, he looked just like a whipped dog.
That officer was telling lies. The truth was inconvenient for him, so he told lies instead.
Quiet. The walls of this house are paper thin.
Know what? He probably took Faye and killed...
Silence! I told you. Our ancestors were heinous sinners, understand? They committed genocide against all other races.
Faye and I didn't do anything like that! We were just walking outside!
Why are you doing this?
What do you mean? They literally just murdered his sister, and you're like, oh, sorry about that, it's our fault. What?
We should count ourselves lucky that they let us live quiet, humble lives here in the internment zone. I beg you, Grisha, please don't force the rest of this family to meet the same fate as Faye.
Why, because we went for a frickin' walk? Huh? I'm sorry, but you don't live with someone else's sins. Like, and I hate that. I see it on Twitter even nowadays where people are like, well, you did this like 200 years ago. It's like, well, I didn't. I just hate it so much.
What's that scar on your shoulder?
This is what marks me as a patriot.
A patriot?
Your sister was killed by a Marleyan public security officer. That's a verified fact from our informant in the government. There's some things that you need to hear.
When I learned the truth of my sister's death, I swore to myself that I'd show these Marleyans who the real devils were. I saw that my ancestors' so-called sins were justified. That to set the world right as it had been, Eldia would have to be restored. Our ancestor Ymir awakened the power of the Titans and used it to tame the wilderness, carve out roads, and to make bridges to span the mountains. She didn't oppress other people, she helped them to prosper.
So Titans were literally used to benefit the world.
When we locked eyes, I decided to allow fate to steer my life where it would. Dinah was all that remained of a branch of the royal family that refused to flee the continent. She taught us secrets about the Titans that only royalty had known before. We believed that she had shown us the path to victory. I'm sure of it! The true royal family stayed right here on the continent and held their ground for Eldia. It's time we brought the founding Titan back to them. Against its power, Marley will crumble. We'll restore Eldia and live proudly once more!
Gosh, now I totally understand why he gave everything to Eren. Because of everything that happened to his sister.
The next year, the two of us married, and were blessed with a son. His name was Zeke. A royal child, Zeke. There's no doubt in my heart that someday he'll lead his people to victory. The Marleyan government has the same objective as we do. They'll try to infiltrate Paradis, and then seize the founding Titan for themselves.
What do we do? With things as they are? Yeah, Marley will get it before us.
If they actually do it, we'll lose any chance we had of bringing Eldia back.
It's bad, but we still have a path forward. I'll send my son, Zeke, to become a Marleyan warrior.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Surely there was somebody else you could send other than your own son. That's mean.
But I should have known, better than anyone, what a wretched sin it is to impose your beliefs on your children. I saw him as a child of royal blood, as Eldia's greatest hope. But did I ever see him as Zeke, as the boy he was? At any rate, Zeke chose to protect himself, as well as his grandparents, by turning in both of his naive, foolish parents to Marley Public Security.
Oh, in a weird way, I kind of feel like that's what you get, considering your dad tried to push these horrible ideals on you and you didn't like it. You done the same thing.
That's right. This is Marley's penal colony for you Eldians, called Paradis. You'll serve a life sentence for treason on this island, once you become a pure Titan.
Answer me! Who is the owl?
Please, no more! I don't know! I told you everything! Please just
I'm disappointed to hear that. We'll do another then.
Please, sir, just kill me now. I can't.
Shut up and keep walking.
Please don't make me a monster. Wait, Grice? Shit! How the hell did this happen, Grisha? Why in the world would Zeke decide to betray us? Isn't he your son? We're finished because of you! Say something! I'm so sorry.
I don't think that's what he was hoping you would say to him. A solution?
Looks like we've got a lively one. You're free to go.
Grice, no! Grice, hang in there!
Run straight north. If you're fast enough, there's a chance you'll make it to the wall.
But Sergeant Major Gross...
This must be your first time out here. We do this to be sure the Titans we make leave the area. They'll chase him for a good while.
That's the bastard who killed my sister.
Well, we've got a whole bunch to turn this time, so let's get a move on.
Oh my god, this is so messed up! This is fucked! That's exactly what happened to Ymir. Remember I said to you when they pushed her off the wall? It was as if they injected her. Well, there you go. Oh, this is just awful.
Guys, please, you can't! You have to stop it! It's Grice!
Turn
Don't
in
you remember
already
him?
before my ears start bleeding.
I'd like to interrogate this one a bit further. You can continue without me.
Oh, this one's a woman. Too bad. If only you weren't a devil.
Oh no.
Dinah?
My darling.
It's no wonder Eren's dad wants Eren to control the Titans. He wants them to... Oh.
I promise. No matter what form I might take, I swear I'll come find you.
Well, isn't that romantic? I'm sure you'll make a great Titan couple.
No!
And I thought I had bad nightmares. I can't believe any of this.
I feel strange. Like I just woke up from the longest dream of my life. Hold on. That was no dream. It was real. Just now, I was somehow reliving my dad's memories.
Look at that! Your woman's forgotten all about you. I guess she fancies that Grice fellow more now, eh?
She was literally the one that ate Eren's mum.
15 years ago, you fed my 8-year-old sister to your dogs! It was you!
I'll take this one off your hands. You can just head back to the ship.
Understood. The Sergeant Major's putting some time towards his hobby. It's best to leave it at that, rookie.
Oh, nice hobby, huh? Of turning people into frickin' Titans?
We'll turn this guy into a 3 to 4 meter Titan. Then the two of you can fight.
But why? Why do something like that? Do you get some sick pleasure out of watching people get eaten alive?
I wouldn't call it pleasure. I just find it interesting.
Interesting. I don't think that's the word that I would choose.
And some might think me abnormal for investigating such things. But to them, I'd say I faced this cruel world head-on. And because I bothered to deepen my understanding of death, I can accept it when my time comes.
Oh, I hope your time comes pretty soon, Dick.
You poor devils. It's a shame you had to be born Eldian. Look, that is your people's true form. All it takes is some Titan spinal fluid, and any one of you will turn into a man-eating monster. The whole of humanity would feel safer if you Eldians would just disappear. We wish we could eradicate you from this world!
You what?
But they're just people!
You've always lied, but I know the truth. Our founder, Ymir, helped this continent to prosper.
Yeah, I've heard it before.
No!
Say, since your history's so wonderful, why don't you share it with your friend down there?
No! You can't do this to me! I'm a human being!
Ooh, hear that? Your sister's calling for you!
Oh! Get it up here! What an absolute dickhead! Oh, I'm so pissed off, you guys. One of the most
So
satisfying
is it as interesting
deaths.
as he said it was?
Wait, why'd you do that?
Because I'm the Owl, Grisha. Watch closely, and don't forget, this is how we of the Nine use our power.
Wow, I can't believe that so much of this is coming from a place of, do I want to say racism? Is that the word? I mean, I guess so, because he literally thinks that because of where someone is from, or, yeah, I guess where they're from, they're not even people. Oh my God. Like, everything that we just learned in that episode, it takes a lot to make me very angry, but getting the backstory in that episode, I felt it in my soul. Like, I felt so mad seeing the judgment just because of things that happened in the past, or people just deciding that you are bad because of where you came from or your ancestors or anything like that. And it just makes me so mad, you guys. Like, I was getting so beyond upset. And just seeing them as well, just like tossing people away like they're absolutely nothing. It's interesting though, the name Ymir was coming up a lot, and ultimately that was the name of Historia's buddy. So I'm trying to put two and two together with that one when they talk about Ymir. Is it a coincidence that the name is the same? Or is it actually like she's the queen bee? But again, she was like a smaller Titan as well. So I don't know, like, if they are connected in some way, because the images that they had of Ymir was like this big, beautiful Titan that was, you know, helping. But isn't it funny that you get given the opportunity? So you have a Titan that can build roads, that can do all these amazing things to help progress the human race, to help the world, to help all these things. And somehow, typical human beings, they end up using it for bad instead of for good. Typical. Am I right? Oh my gosh. I just can't believe that the whole point was like the Titans were to be good, and then I mean, I want to know where they keep getting the fluid so that they can just keep injecting people to turn them into Titans. I mean, at least now we understand why there is always more Titans. You know? They just keep sending them over if they don't quite fit in to where they should be. Wow, I just didn't see that coming. Like, I didn't see that coming at all. Thank you so much for watching my reaction to this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.